in the life of humanity. As we gather, especially under the theme, improving pharmaceutical care, overcoming or using quality improvement initiatives, it is our prayer that even as we continue to train ourselves to impact humanity, your graces and your blessings will be upon us. We are grateful to you for the parents, guidance, benefactors, sponsors, friends, and loved ones of these our dear students who are going through this rite of passage. We also thank you for the stakeholders, the partners, friends of this noble and prestigious university, the KNUST, and of our dear faculty. We thank
Samuel Asarin Kansa. Right, I nearly forgot my classmate. All right, now the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy, Professor Isaac Kingsley Amfonsa. Thank you very much. As time goes on, we would introduce other very important dignitaries in our midst. Next, we want to hear from our Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. He would welcome the gathering and tell us why we are gathered here. I know most of us know why we are here, but officially, we need to hear from our Dean. Let's welcome Professor Samuel Asarin Kansa.
Thank you very much, MC Dr. John Adoti. The Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor David Asamoah, ably representing the Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Mrs. Rita Kusia-Dixon. Provost of the College of Health Sciences, Professor Christian Ejare. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Angela Akon, who is a WHO Technical Officer for Quality and Patient Safety. Deans of faculties and schools of the College of Health Sciences. The Director of University Health Services, KNUST-TEK, in the person of Dr. Nana Kwame Ufori A.C. Boateng. The Pharmacy Superintendent, KNUST Hospital, Dr. Emmanuel Sarkodie. deans and representatives of sister pharmacy training institutions, the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Isaac Kingsley Amponsa, heads of department, Catholic Chaplain, Reverend Father Anthony Na, CEOs and representatives of external teaching sites, community pharmacists, pharmaceutical industries, pharmaceutical marketing agencies, hospitals, and others, colleague senior members, colleague pharmacists, parents, guardians, distinguished invited guests, our distinguished students, our college finance officer, our college registrar, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I have the privilege and greatest honor this morning on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of this university, who is being ably represented by the Pro-Vice Chancellor, to welcome all of you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to our noble university, that is the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi. For those of us who may not be familiar with the history of our university, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology was adjudged the best university in the world in June 2023 for the provision of quality education, according to the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, within the framework of the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, quality education. It is also my greatest delight to re-emphasize the fact that the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, if you care to know, is a premier school of pharmacy in Ghana and a leader in pharmacy education innovations. Why don't you put your hands together for FPPS? As a result, we are happy and proud this morning as a faculty to celebrate the transition of our 9th cohort of Doctor of Pharmacy students, which we dub RX26. RX26, are you there? From the preclinical years into the clinical and experiential years of the PharmD training. I deem this class special because they are the 9th cohort of the 4th transition of advanced pharmacy education in Ghana. And for me, their situation is like the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic. The first transition of our pharmacy education led to the award of diplomas. The second transition led to the award of 3-year Bachelor of Pharmacy degrees. The third transition led to the award of 4-year Bachelor of Pharmacy degrees. And the fourth transition led to the award of Doctor of Pharmacy degrees. And as you are happy and you are clapping, this information depicts the dynamism of the professional path that you have chosen and the responsibility it places on you to be proactive and dynamic in terms of your attitude, intellectual capacity development, professional outlook, and resourcefulness, among others. As we induct you today into the advanced pharmacy practice experience years. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are humbled and honored to have you join us today to acknowledge the hard work, perseverance, and remarkable achievement of our students, sons and daughters, nephews and nieces, among others. As we share in the joy of their achievement, may we also today serve as witnesses and support for their professional excellence. On this note, we admit to our stakeholders in industry, community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, pharmaceutical marketing, pharmacy regulatory affairs, among others, that we cannot do without you and need you again in the training of this 9th cohort of PharmD students. We are extremely grateful for the training facilities, mentors and preceptors you willingly provide every time to sharpen the skills of our students all these years. Equally, we want to say ayiko to the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, the Pharmacy Council, the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, and others also for their immense support in the training of our students. In this spirit of support, we therefore appeal to parents, guardians, representatives of corporate entities, alumni, among others, to come to our aid by helping us equip our ICT labs with desktop computers to support teaching, learning, and computer-based examinations. At the moment, we need 60 desktop computers to revamp our 100-capacity ICT lab. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our Macedonian call to you. Come over to us and help us. The gospel according to FPPS chapter 12, verse 6. Ladies and gentlemen, in the face of the changing dynamics of the healthcare ecosystem into a complex model underpinned by digital innovations and disruptions, the role of the pharmacist into the future is speedily expanding and becoming demanding. In response and preparedness for this 9th White Coat ceremony has as its theme enhancing pharmaceutical care outcomes using quality improvement initiatives. This keynote, I can promise, will be delivered by an experienced and accomplished expert to afford us useful insights and perspectives. But before then, I want to share a few thoughts with our distinguished RX26. And so RX26, I want your full attention this time. The first thing I want to say is that we have a very high expectations for your professional practice as a 9th cohort of our PharmD program. And so, whether you are here or in the hospitals or wherever you find yourself, our expectation for you is very high. And because of that, after every rotation in these 2 years, ask yourself, 1, what experience have I gained? And what skill have I acquired after having gone through a rotation? 2, if I'm being effectively mentored, what professional competence have I developed? And how has it improved my confidence? Number 3, if I'm well immersed in my training, how well am I able to apply my knowledge and skills? When you objectively reflect on these questions, you should be able to tell whether your experiential training is being useful or not. And if it's not being useful, who is to blame? Is it you? Is it the facility? Is it the preceptor? Is it the mentor? You need to find a solution. Last but not the least on that, I want to say that you have to learn to be humble and open to learn new things. You are going to meet different kinds of people, some above you, some below you. Every single person is important, and you need to be humble. As you are gowned today with a white coat, it is not a symbol of pride. It is rather to have you take responsibility for yourself and be able to impact positively onto others with your professional knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I want you to help me pay great tribute to our esteemed lecturers who are here today, who in diverse ways have nurtured the prowess of our cherished students, for whose honor we are here this morning. Can we put our hands together for our lecturers? We also feel very honored to have our invited guests, parents, guardians, families, friends, preceptors, and others grace this occasion. It really spurs us on to do more. It gives us the confidence that you believe in what we are doing and you want us to do more. Finally, on behalf of the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University, who is representing the Vice Chancellor, Provost of the College of Health Sciences, the management of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, the White Coat Ceremony Planning Committee, and our cherished students, I welcome you all with great honor and pleasure to our 9th White Coat Ceremony. If this is your first time of visiting KNUST, I want to recommend that take a tour of our beautiful and green campus and share the fond memories of KNUST with the world by the click of the button. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, well and soft-spoken dean, who is nonetheless very fair. I want to mention a few more dignitaries who are present. Shall we welcome the former Minister of Health, Honorable Kweku Agyeman-Menu. He's here in our midst this morning. Very warm welcome to you, sir. We also have the Dean of the School of Public Health, Professor Ejay Bafo, also in our midst. And the Director of the University Health Services, KNUST, Dr. Nana Kwame Ofori Eisibuaten. College Registrar is also here with us. Madam, kindly. And then our College Finance Officer is also here to support us. All right, let me use this opportunity, even though the Dean has asked for faculty to be acknowledged, I want to also do it in a grander style. So, with your permission, my dear colleagues, can we rise so that we can receive applause for our hard work? All right. We additionally have Dr. Samuel Kofi Frimpong, Regional Director of the Ghana Standards Authority, also in our midst. And then Mr. John Odai Tete of the FDA is also here with us. Very warm welcome to you all. At this juncture, we want to hear from the chairman of today's occasion, who is no meaner person than our own Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor David Asamoah. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Ashanti Regional Director of Health Services, the former Minister for Health, Honorable Kweku Ajiman-Menu, the Regional Directors of Pharmacy Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Ghana Standard Authority, our Provost, Professor Christian Ejare, our Deans, our Heads of Departments, guests, our distinguished guest speaker, our invited guests, FAMD class of 2026, our esteemed lecturers, preceptors, parents and guardians, media houses present, our URO, ladies and gentlemen, today marks 13 years since the inception of the FAMD program and the 9th White Coat ceremony of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, FPPS. I bring you warm greetings from our Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dixon, who sends congratulations and support to all members of the 2026 FAMD class. I stand here with immense pride and joy as we celebrate the FAMD class of 2026, not only for your academic achievements, but also demonstrating commitment to make positive contributions to the noble profession of pharmacy, to make the FPPS and KNUST proud for having trained you. Congratulations and are equal to all. The white coat you wear today is more than just a uniform. It is a symbol of trust, responsibility, and dedication to the highest standards of integrity and ethics in healthcare, which ideals are reflective of the core values of KNUST. Remember, integrity is the foundation of every successful pharmacist-patient relationship. It is the bedrock upon which trust is built, and in healthcare, trust is invaluable. Each time you put on your white coat, you make a solemn promise to uphold honesty, transparency, and professionalism in all that you do. However, integrity alone is not enough. You must also cultivate attitudes of compassion, empathy, and respect. Behind every prescription, every diagnosis, and every interaction, there is a person in need of your care and expertise. Approach each patient with humility and kindness, always striving to see the individual beyond the illness. Due to the growing demand for pharmaceutical products in this 21st century, there is a need for the pharmacy profession to embrace technology to enhance the skill sets required for telecare or telepharmacy services. Permit me to also commend the efforts of logistics companies in partnership with our pharmaceutical industry, which has led to drone delivery services in Ghana. That tells us the importance of collaboration in our education system. I echo for doing a yeoman's job. As inspiring pharmacists embrace a patient-centered approach that requires active listening, empathy, and collaboration to ensure that each patient receives personalized and holistic care. This approach fosters trust, improves treatment adherence, and enhances overall health outcomes. Throughout your journey, you will encounter challenges that may test your principles. In those moments, let your integrity, ethics, and positive attitude shine the brightest. Stay true to your values, even when the path is difficult, for it is in these moments of adversity that your character is truly revealed. This milestone marks the beginning of an incredible journey, one filled with opportunities to make a meaningful impact on the lives of others. As you step forward, never forget the importance of integrity and a good attitude. They will guide you in your professional endeavors and serve as a beacon of light in the ever-evolving world of healthcare. Once again, accept my congratulations. Go forth and be outstanding ambassadors for KNUST. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I'll continue with the acknowledgements. Want to be grateful to the parents who have supported the awards through 4 very, very difficult years up until this time. So parents among us, please give me a wave wherever you are. And family members, guardians, thank you, thank you, thank you. Among the parents here are the General Secretary of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Samuel J. Obobi, and his wife. Thank you. Furthermore, we want to acknowledge a very important group of people who assist with the training of our students, and these are the preceptors. So preceptors, if you are here, whether community, industry, hospital, please rise to your feet and receive your funds. Thank you. Thank you. Now, if this was a church service, all we've done up to now would have been Bible readings and praise and worship, etc. But now we get to the climax, which would have been the sermon. But on this particular occasion, it will be delivered by our guest speaker. Let me read a few things about her to whet your appetite. So, Dr. Mrs. Angela Amma Akon works with the World Health Organization, Ghana, as the technical focal person for quality and safety. For over 20 years, she has specialized in strategies for improved access to pharmaceuticals and medical products, medicine information management, health policy development, implementation and analysis, patient safety initiatives, and strategic interventions for healthcare quality improvement. Among her notable achievements is her role in the Ghana government's initiative to support and strengthen the local pharmaceutical industry and enhance access to pharmaceuticals and health technologies. In her WHO role, she advises the government and provides technical support in developing and implementing pragmatic policy interventions aligned with global standards to enhance health outcomes, such as the National Healthcare Quality Strategy, Patient Safety Strategy, and National Medicines Policy. She collaborates closely with and provides technical assistance to government agencies responsible for medicine regulation, pharmaceutical service standards and practices, supply chain management, medical devices and medical oxygen, blood and blood products, and other areas targeted at improving quality of care for the general population. She's a pharmacist and an alumna of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, KNUST, where she obtained her B.Pharm and PharmD degrees. She also holds a master's in business administration, health services administration option from the University of Ghana. She moderates and speaks at national and international platforms on matters of public health concern, including the recent International Strategic Roundtable Dialogue on Combating Non-Communicable Diseases, hosted by the President of Ghana, which brought together presidents and heads of states, as well as leaders in global health, and the second global call to action for antimicrobial resistance. In her leisure time, she reads, listens to good music, and spends time with family. She's married and blessed with 2 adult sons. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome our keynote speaker for today, Dr. Mrs. Angela Ama Akon.
Thank you so very much, Mr. MC, for those kind words. As you continue to speak, I was wondering if it is the same person that was sitting up here on the stage that you were reading about. Pro-Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor David Asamoah, the Provost, College of Health Sciences, KNUST, Professor Christian Ejare, the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Samuel Asarin-Kansa, Chairperson of the White Coat Ceremony Committee, Professor Mrs. Mercy Opareado, Deans and Vice Deans of various schools present, Director of Health Services, in the person of Dr. Nana Kwame A.C. Boateng, esteemed lecturers, colleagues, parents, and future pharmacists. And let me acknowledge also here my boss for years in the person of the former Minister for Health, Honorable Kweku Ajiman-Menu. It's good to see you here, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from the country representative for WHO to Ghana in the person of Dr. Frank Lule, without whose permission or approval I wouldn't have been here to deliver these words. He sends his very warm greetings. Good morning. I didn't hear you. Great, we are in the room. It is indeed a good feeling to be back here to speak to us all 25 years after receiving my B.Pharm Honors degree here, and 6 years after receiving my PharmD from this prestigious faculty. Shall we give a round of applause to the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences? This is where most of us, our journey began, and this is where we've gotten to. It's a pleasure to be with you today to discuss an essential topic that lies at the heart of our future careers in healthcare: improving pharmaceutical care outcomes through quality improvement initiatives. But before I delve into that, permit me, and I'll borrow the Dean's name for the class, RX26. Permit me to stimulate your imagination on the versatility of this noble profession. As pharmacists, you have vast opportunities in the field of health, to shape your career. Pharmacists play critical roles in public health, policy and regulation, pharmaceutical and health research, manufacture of medicines and vaccines, clinical practice, community pharmacy, health communication and advocacy, health journalism, and I could go on and more. So I hope that as I'm mentioning these areas, it's beginning to stimulate in your mind to think about the question that the Dean posed to you when he was giving his address. Though I've mentioned these various areas, to align with the theme of this ceremony, I will focus on pharmaceutical care and its impact on patient outcomes. Mr. Chair, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as healthcare professionals, we are continuously seeking ways to enhance the effectiveness of our interventions and ensure that our patients receive the best possible care. Pharmaceutical care plays a crucial role in this, as medications, as we all know, are a primary component of most treatment plans. However, despite advancements in pharmacotherapy, challenges remain in ensuring that patients achieve optimal outcomes from their medications. The International Pharmaceutical Federation, FIP, classifies pharmaceutical care outcomes into 4 main categories, which I'm sure you are all aware of. 1, cure of a disease. 2, elimination or reduction of symptoms. 3, arresting or slowing of a disease process. And 4, preventing a disease. These 4 outcomes can further be evaluated using what we call key performance indicators, such as effectiveness, safety, adherence, and quality to life. Effectiveness, you want to ensure that the medications you are giving or prescribing or recommending to your patients are achieving the desired therapeutic effects and that they are safe, minimizing adverse drug events and ensuring that your patients continually remain safe. These patients that you've given this or you are monitoring for medications, are they adhering to their medications? It's important as a KPI for the 4 outcomes I outlined earlier. And then at the end of it all, what you do for your patient should improve the overall well-being, which is their quality of life. And to achieve this, you require, or there's a requirement for a structured, systematic approach. A structured, systematic approach, which now brings me to the subject of quality improvement initiatives, QII for short. Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, QII involves systematic efforts to enhance healthcare delivery, focusing on improving processes and outcomes in the care we provide to patients. Some are continuous processes, some you are looking out for a definite outcome. So you want to ensure that whatever initiatives you put in place improves processes and outcomes. And in pharmaceutical care, QII aim to optimize medication management as well as the safety of the patient. Now, the World Health Organization tells us that quality care or quality health services should be 7 things: effective, safe, people-centered, timely, equitable, integrated, and efficient. If you can understand these 7 dimensions that are used to describe what we mean by quality care, then we are well on our way to addressing the needs and interests of our patients in a way that they will appreciate. Effective. A patient should be able to benefit from your expertise as well as services that are evidence-based, delivered to those patients that need it. And then we've talked about safety, where you want to avoid harm to your patients. And then when we talk about people-centeredness, you want to target your care that addresses patient preferences, their needs, whilst respecting their values or their principles. And as much as possible, you want to avoid long or delayed waiting times, some of which I know from experience and your experience working in the health system can be harmful and probably even lead to death sometimes. Ensure that the care quality you give to your patients does not vary based on their gender, based on their ethnicity, based on their geographical location, or even their socio-economic status. And then at any point in time, you want to work and provide your inputs or be relevant to the health system in a way that services are provided to patients throughout their life. You don't want to focus on newborns and forget about the aged. Services should be such that at any time or point in time of the patient's life, those services are available for the patient. And it's important, especially in the times we live in now, to be efficient in the service or the care you provide, where you would need to learn and know and master the skills of maximizing the use of scarce available resources, and in doing so, you minimize waste. There have actually been studies that have shown that pharmacy-led interventions in healthcare systems actually reduces the cost to the healthcare system. I've spoken a lot, but now I think I want to give you real-life quality interventions that have been conducted in countries and in health systems all around the world, including Ghana. So we can situate this whole phenomenon of healthcare quality well and understand how you can place yourself within the system. So, in exploring some real-world quality improvement initiatives that have significantly improved pharmaceutical care outcomes, as I was preparing this statement, I found so many of them, but I only selected 7 to share with us. So would appreciate the subject. So first, we have seen medication reconciliation programs done in Canada, in the United Kingdom, and in the United States of America. And if you go onto the WHO site, you will find more resources on this. What was the intervention for these medication reconciliation programs? The intervention was ensuring accurate medication lists during transitions of care, especially at the time the patient was coming in on admission or the time the patient was being discharged back home. And the outcome of this was that medication errors were reduced to the barest minimum, and accompanying adverse drug events were also reduced. And one study I came across, conducted in North America, where we had ICU pharmacists who had specialized in intensive care, participating in patient care rounds. And guess what? A 3.3% incidence of medication administration errors was found to be less than the initial 6.6% reported in previous indications. That is significant because your patient is safe. A second real-world initiative I want to share was a pharmacist-led medication therapy management. If you are a PharmD student here, medication therapy management, MTN, I'm sure you've heard enough of it. And this is typically something that you find regularly done in Australia, even here in Ghana, thanks to your predecessors who have gone ahead of you. And the intervention here was that pharmacists conducted medication reviews and recommended therapy adjustments. The outcome, we saw improved chronic disease management and medication adherence. In one study conducted in Iran, we saw that pharmacist-led patient care showed that medication adherence in the study group was 42.9%, more than the control group, with treatment satisfaction determined to be 33.5%, also more than the control group. That is significant. I'm just trying to bring our minds to the roles we can play when it comes to patient safety and healthcare quality. A third real-life experience has to do with antibiotic stewardship programs, and I'm sure you all know by now that antimicrobial resistance is a global threat. So many of the microbes are becoming resistant to the existing antibiotics, and if you look at the production side, we have very few new molecules in the pipeline. So it becomes a very important intervention to ensure that you promote antibiotic stewardship programs. And the intervention here was, there was optimized antibiotic use through the use of guidelines, education, and prescription monitoring. And obviously, it reduced AMR and improved infection management. And then when it comes to patient education and counseling programs, that's something Ghana has been involved together with countries like India, UK, Kenya, and so many other countries, where the intervention here is to educate patients about their medication use, side effects, and adherence in a structured and systematic way. What was the outcome? Of course, increased patient engagement and improved health outcomes. And the study I came across in Ghana that was quite fascinating was by Kwachi et al. In 2021, that demonstrated that patients who received education and counseling from clinical pharmacists had better knowledge and adhered to their medications than those in the control group. There are a few other interventions you may consider that has been implemented and proven to affect in a positive way general health outcomes. Chronic disease management programs, for instance, in South Africa, Brazil, and Canada, had pharmacists working in multidisciplinary teams and providing regular follow-ups for chronic conditions. Transition of care is an important aspect of care, where it's important to coordinate the care when the patient is moving from hospital to home, and it must be accompanied by continuous follow-ups. You know why? We need to continually lower readmission rates and improve better adherence to medications. And indeed, studies have shown that where patients were discharged from hospital and they got home and there was follow-up by pharmacists, we experienced lower readmission rates back to the hospital. I've said a lot. I don't know how much of what I said stuck. But I guess the question is, so with all that has been said, sitting there as pharmacist or future pharmacist, what's your role? How do you fit into all of this? What do you do to get into that space? Where do I start from? What I would like to tell you is that you have the power to make a significant impact through quality improvement initiatives. Here's how you can contribute. First and foremost, stay informed. The rate at which health is evolving globally and even here in Ghana is rapid. You need to be abreast with the latest research and best practices. The time you spend on social media, if you just release 10, 20% of that time to go through new data, new information, new best practices in healthcare, I believe you'd be in a position to establish yourself as a competent healthcare professional. Collaborate. Collaboration is key. Globally, in Ghana, nobody can do anything by themselves. It's important to work with healthcare teams so that pharmaceutical expertise and care is integrated in the work of the team. A study, for instance, by Kaya et al., highlighted that valuable contributions made by pharmacists are often accomplished through efforts of a multidisciplinary team. You can't do it alone. If your efforts are going to be recognized, are going to be relevant, are going to be impactful, you will need to leverage on multidisciplinary teamwork. Data. Data, they say, is the new crude oil. It's gold. You need to learn to use data. Collecting data, analyzing data on medication use, so you can identify areas for improvement. Before you even put in place a quality improvement program, what is the need? If you do not understand or know the need, what are you solving? And data, the use of data, is one way you can leverage on your work to get going what you need to do. Data abounds. There are so many studies. I don't know how acquainted you are with research here in Ghana, but data is so important that it cannot be underestimated. Now, in all of this, the patient is at the center of it. Why are you working? Why are you training? If there were no patients, there's no point for this training. Why are you in school? When you go out there and you are working, who are you working for? It is the patient. So please, every opportunity you have, advocate for your patients. Ensure that the needs of your patients are at the center of pharmaceutical care. Last but not least, engage in continuous learning. If you've heard about the 7-star pharmacist, one of the attributes of the 7-star pharmacist is lifelong learning. So please, quality improvement is an ongoing process requiring adaptability. So it's a process. You never end. But each time you continually upgrade yourself, upgrade your skills, and increase your knowledge. Now, in conclusion, improving pharmaceutical care outcomes through quality improvement initiatives is a critical responsibility for pharmacists. By embracing data-driven approaches, collaboration, and patient engagement, you can enhance medication safety, improve treatment effectiveness, and transform healthcare delivery. I would like to encourage you to explore some resources that will be important as you begin your journey as pharmacists. One is Ghana's National Health Policy. Two is Ghana's National Healthcare Quality Strategy, 2024 to 2030. And we also have a standards and practice guidelines for pharmaceutical services. It will also be useful if you explore resources such as WHO's Global Patient Safety Action Plan 2021 to 2030. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I leave you, let me emphasize an important principle. And this is it. If it is not documented, it did not happen. If it is not documented, it did not happen. Your contributions to pharmaceutical care must be recorded to ensure accountability and continuous improvement. If it is not documented, it did not happen. Thank you for your attention. I wish you all the best in your journey to becoming compassionate and effective pharmacists. Let's work together to improve pharmaceutical care outcomes for our patients.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Akon, for your rather elaborate and very insightful lecture. I'm sure that we'll be considering you as part of our faculty in the future, especially with your preference for citing literature in your deliveries. Thank you. Right, so just to summarize, because sometimes our attention span switches off and on during such a long lecture, I'll just attempt to summarize a few of the salient points. First one is that you should stay informed because of the evolving healthcare landscape. It means that you should be reading, something we've told you many times. Use of data. It may also mean that you would have to learn some data analytics, which is a thing of the day. And then documentation. Making sure that whatever you've done is documented for continual improvement. Thank you once again, madam. Right, now we want to acknowledge yet a few more people who sneaked in at some point. All right, so help me welcome Farm Dr. Richmond Edusapoku, who is representing the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. We also have in our midst Dr. Abna Barnier, representing the Director of Pharmacy, Konfanoche Teaching Hospital. Welcome. Permit me to mention a few of our sponsors as we gear up for another important part of this ceremony. We want to acknowledge Lord K Pharmacy, Juliponia Pharmacy Limited, The Crush Smoothies and Juice Bar, Inter Pharma Limited, Big Maron Pharmacy Limited, Ozone's Chemist, Top Up Pharmacy, MEC Pharmacy, Scarp Pharmacy Limited, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Right. At this point, we want to continue by gowning, which is more like what everybody is looking for. To help us with the gowning session will be the indefatigable Professor Mrs. Mercy Opare Ado.
The long-awaited time is here. AICO class of 2026. Yeah. Okay, so today is a very memorable day. And what we want to do is that we won't clap when our names are mentioned. Oh, easy, easy, easy. But when we finish gowning and we are going to sit down, then we will clap. We have 350 students. And so it is important that we take note of that so that we'll be able to finish in good time. Good. So we'll start gowning, and we will call on our lecturers to support us with the first set of students. Professor Noble Kuntrube, Professor Antuberku, Professor Boachi Jesse, Dr. Kweku Jemfi, Professor James Oponchecheku, Dr. Joseph Edu, Dr. Yas Antoine Ose, Dr. Newman Osafo, Professor Steve Bedema, Professor Mariam L. Boachi-Yesi, Professor Priscilla Mante, Professor Isaac Ayesu, yes, that's it. Tracy Osemenu, Angela Opong, Bismarck Isifu, Christabel Nkrumah, Renita Yeboah, Diana Odef Fianco, Gertrude Amankwa Kwating, Daniel Boating Adam, Teresa Frimpong Kurang, Yaya Mubarak Imemba, Andy Ampoma, Emanuela Atisu. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Felix Asante. Beidu Chris Ephraim. Matilda Anineje. Ekwia Adoma Echampong Eni. God's favor Jesu Dara. Emmanuel Kumakli. Elvis Williams. Elizabeth Ya Aka. Lloydia Efriye Anoche. Enoch Thompson Fortune. Michael Opong Adakwa. Felix Jr. Ablodepe. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Khadija Razak. Prince Amwa Boachi Kwabna. Rama Abdul Karim. Cecilia Afo Kofi. Mariam Abubakar. Augustine Yeboah Amwakon. Ubi Datu Imbo Imoru. Benis Enima Bafo. Helen Buffon. Judith Inauhe. Alma Arinzi. Gali Edmond Kobna. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Vera Efia Pokuya. Yvonne Enchiwa. Christabel Echansa Akodie. Nisi Osekufuo. Rejoice Adai Boating. Annabel Joy Ousu. Audrey Lamte. Justine Boedu. Teresa Duamenu. Adelaide Nachum. Sandra Dakwa Ampofo. Louisa Awume. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Elsie Asantua Efrifa. Emmanuel Bonaventure Kobna. Prince Odro. Papa Kojo Akwa. Stephen Asamoah Enchi. Tracy Nuakun. Miracle Abna Dixon. Jeffrey Anani Frimpong. Solomon Ampem Beidu. Muhibula Buhari. Samuel Pepra Jenfi. Akosua Usua Enti. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Ya Ofebia Ansa Edu. Vanessa Mami Equia Mensa. Priscilla Boahima Aponsa. Primus Apia. Stanley Nilante Adi. Michael Che Mensa. Hilda Dufie Enim. David Tete. William Osei Mensa. Kwesi Mensa Ajimai. Hanif Ketu. Richmond in Kansa. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Thank you very much, our gowners. Please take your seat. Professor Edmond Ekwaji. Professor Ofori Kwachi. Professor Gustav Komnaga. Professor Yeboah Mensah. Dr. Abna Kakari. Dr. Kofi Oduro Yeboah. Dr. Arnold Fokuo. Professor Reverend Charles Ansan. Dr. Janetta Miao. Professor Efia Mafu. Dr. Pauline Coleman. Dr. Ikuya Safu. Abna Santua Ohime. Markin Ayesu. Patricia Jemfi. Ousu Banahene. John Winfred Opong. Benjamin Gatku. Bruce Tarimba. Abna Santua Ohime. Jane Kobna. Patricia Asamoah-Jan. Michelle Sewa Nkrumah. Bernice Azoya. Joshua Akrasu Apia. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Akwesi Ajiman Frimpong. Priscilla Ajua Abeka. Akwesi Ampofo Akwesi. Ben Gustav Adoma Kwatin. Nana Osei Kwabna. Sylvester William Prebi Gati. Abdul Latif Anum Akufu. Ernest Ado. Emmanuel Ejechum. Sandra Kosia Frimpong. Belinda Ewa. Amanda Na Shoko Aye. Turn to the right and present your coats. Take a bow and take your seat. Zinab Abubakar, Phoebe Ekwia Abeidu, Penel Oreku Apiaje, Michael Cole, Prince Afote Odai, Abdul Jawad Osman, David Oliver Awache, Jawad Mohammed, Kweku Osei Bekon, Anthony Kwesi Kram, Bakwi Mohammed, Ebenezer Kumsen, turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Nelson Kofi Pepra, Constance Enchil Forson, Samuel Otu, Ivan Sofe, Bernard Yeboah, Martha Sobo, Eric Odrosafo, Davidel Boabing Ousua, Edna Asante Yeboah, Selina Sefa Elom Mensa, Michael Kwame Ajari, Daniel Jr. Ncheje. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Ousu Jobeng, Roslyn Adom, Benjamin Kofi, Solomon Nyakpi, Zaki Kenneth Esiama, Nana Amakura Otabel, Menu Kelvin Apia, Tracy Sewa Menu, Christabel Afaride, Jerome Kofi Ekuamu Afimpon, Raymond Ejay Jesse, Priscilla Boateng, turn to the right and present your coat. Sorry, ma'am. Take a bow and take your seats. Isaac Amankwa Enchi, Dennis Opare, Sam Lowo, Ernest Efriye Dankwa, Nazareth Ado, Melchizedek Sam, Rodney Ralph Adams, Kwame Ata Apia, Kwabna Kunedu Enyimado Enchi, Joel Albert Na Tete, Johnson Abusi Kwabna, Paul Odro Ajapon. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Godfrey Treme, Derek Osei Owusu, Kofi Osei Esiama, Samuel Asari Bobi, Dela Kwabna Agbemata, Stephen Awudi Yao, Sakina Sambo Mate, Benoni Odamilabi, Maxwell Apam, Janice Frimpoma Entry, Kezia Ethel Obin, Sayram Ifua Agbati, Dolores Sally Donko, turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Dolores Sally Donko, Rufina Ekwia Apiedu Mensa, Constance Bahinewa, Emmanuela Maud Aforson, De Graft Ewa, Enoch Owusu Kwating, Prince Enchi Jamina, Lydia Boating, Rose Mensa, Princess Akonobia Frimpong, Victoria Abnanyakon Amoakrang, Naftali Oting Asamoah, turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Thank you very much, Gauners. This is to the students, please unbutton your coats. To the students, please unbutton your coats. So our next set of gowners, Dr. Francis Wati, Dr. Lord Kemeche, Dr. Abna Biniwa Akia, Dr. Paul Obing, Farm Aiza Boama, Dr. Saribediako Opong, Dr. Prince Echampong, Farm Millicent Apia, Dr. Abna Banye, Dr. Michael Esimeng Bafo, Dr. Dialing Fifi Arthur, Dr. Peter Jemfi, Dr. Linda Beduado, Dr. Richmond Edusapoku, Charles Boateng, Samuel Akesi Donko, Mohammed Nimo Jr., Mildred Abigail Mafua, Adriana Amasewa Ousu, Kelvin Osei Bonsu, Davida Osei Dodu Juma, Bright Apia Badu, Evans Boedu, Evans Boedi, Israel Nyama Okai, Aidan Stephen Kwegri, Herbert Oko Obodai Torto, turn to the right and present your coats. Take a bow and take your seat. Nana Abuaji Eju, Felix Atobra Boateng, Israel Kwame Pamford, Nasira Ekwia Jemfua Boateng, Derek Danso Sr., Emma Young, Adela Adwa Ajekum, Delali Akushika Doche, Agana Gabriel, Nana Kwame Adai Treme, Philip Adom Kwesi Che Dua, George Odro Owusu. Turn to the right and present your coats. Take a bow and take your seats. Leo Owusu Nketia. Kofi Boache. Obri Michael Ej. Nyaku Stephen Kofi. Sylvester Mensah. Jessica Erama Donto. Collins Ej. Komla Baza. Sumalia Adam. Jackson Osei. Felix Apia Kubi. Rokio Mame Kesua Dugan. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seats. Claire Dakura. Elizabeth Manu Adomakun. Catherine Owusu Ama. Samuel Ata Opoku. Eric Entry. Stanley Ross Mensah. Joshua Obuochreme. Nana Ado Asiako. Fatih Ishak. Kwabna Asante Frimpong. Prince Bosomtwe. Michael Nana Kojo Apia. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seats. Gideon Ama Asante. Ali Toba Seidu. Norbert Doche Kobla. Nisi Niama. Samuel Asaribediakun. Morris Folad. Aram Fifi Aqua. Emmanuel Gideon Abaka Agri. Marina Ernestina Amedeka. Frimpoma Ajimaimenu. Maxwell Opongdua. Agnes Lati. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seat. Peter Osei-Bekun. Peter Osebe Queen, Amanda Nyakon Ochri, Hudrat Haluki, Adana Balu, Khadija Adams, Perpetua Amlalu, Ajay Boating Edwin, Clifford Ajimain Dua, Bismarck Chumesi Ampofu, Jessica Ajimain, Loretta Adolfo Apia, Roslyn Esia Daku, Calvin Ana Kali, Insia. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seats. Joseph Ano, Samuel Asari Afu, Tampaga Samuel, Rhoda Basana, Blessed Hannah Mensah, Frimpong Samuel, Bernard Amankra, Bernard Amankwa, Samuel Frimpong Che Bafo, Skylar Clark, Lloyd Aka, Ivana Achwe Eje, Samuel Buedi, Priscilla Buedi. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Adwa Chirewa Apia, Samuel Entry Techi, Nana Kwame Owusu, Gifty Na Dromokwashi, Precious McCaffrey Akpro, Caffrey Dogbe, Barbara Fredria Ajimai, Sakina Mohammed, Isaac Aponsa, Prince Awuku Asari, Akosia Poma Boache, Collins Amwa Dentura. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Thank you very much, our dear preceptors. We'll call our next set of preceptors. We have Bishop Farm Franklin David Nyaku, Farm Francis Che Frimpong, Dr. Emmanuel Sarkodie, Dr. Nathaniel Danso, Farm Benjamin Bruce Smith, Farm Frank Che Hayford, Dr. Buje Boabing, Dr. Samuel Nati. Dr. Kweku Opong, Dr. Esther Asantua Achrekun, Dr. Kweku Opong Jemfi, Dr. Samuel Enim Yeboah, Dr. Newman Osafo, Professor Marian L.J.C. Christiana Nana Ekwia Dankwa, Kwame Owusu Safo, Bright Osei Owusu, Albert Amoa, Kwame Apia Kubi, Kwating Andrew Sapon, Najatu Gandhi Adams, Nora Ofosua Oredu, Ajubi Ekwia Eje, Marian Jemfua Riafi Mensa, Nana Ya Pokwia Kwating, Joel Mojifa. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seat. Nelson Chumesi Kojo, Kofi Owariboama, Salome Amwabia Belson, Mamiya Adubia Eni, Florence Owusu, Erabna Ejay, Priscilla Jifa Kweku, Francis Esiedu Opoku, Thomas Sewin, Emmanuel Atey, Iwozo Divine, Erica Mensah. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seats. Nana ya Chiwa Apia. Nana Yachiwa appear. Aaron Selom Pogli. Shama Edufusi. Ofeng Meng. Ofiong Ime. Eru Maka Chidi Kimberly. Bella Belly Larry. Billy Larry. Bridget Eshan. Stacy Enyonam. Sosu Seneya. Scholastica Bemuni. Belinda Ameko. Jamel Adrian. Benis Chunibua Kodria. Claudia Ama Yeboah Hammond. Turn to the right and present your coat. No, don't worry. I'm not going in there. Yeah, I have the names. Take a bow and take your seats. Governors, thank you very much. Please take your seat. Please stay. We have just one person. Okay. So, Claudia Ama Yeboah Hammond. Turn to the right and pass your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Students were supposed to be seated at 9:40. The students standing came after 10:15, so they are not going to be gowned by preceptors. They will take their seats. When it is time for them to take the oath, they will wear their coats. No, that's them. So take your seats. And then we will call the parents who are here to gown their wards. So take your seats. Take your seats. And this is an instruction from the dean. Take your seats. I'll call the following parents to help us gown their wards. Dr. Mrs. Benedict Ahinkwa Mafu. Mr. David Aberima. Dr. Edu. Professor Boachi Jesi. Mr. Jeffrey Opoku-Appiah. Okay. And the students are Reginald Ahinkwamafu, David Atano, Nana Appiah Dompre, Gideon Aberima, Joyce Amanko-Appiah, Selma Dufie Suleiman, Lisbeth Madedo Asamoah Frimpong, take a bow and take your seat. Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of the gowning process.
Thank you very much, Professor Mrs. Mercy Opare-Addo, for facilitating the very exciting part of today's ceremony. Now, another very important part of the ceremony is to administer the pledge. And it is important for us because it symbolizes the kind of professionalism that we will require from our students as they enter the clinical stroke experiential years of their training. And to help us with the administration of the pledge, we invite our own Dean, Professor Samuel Asarin-Kansa. Let's welcome him.
Thank you very much. Can we have all RX-26 up on their feet? The KNUST White Coat Ceremony Pledge. As a student of pharmacy who believes there is a need to build and reinforce a professional identity founded on integrity, ethical behavior, and honor, who believes that this development, a vital process in your education, will help ensure that you are true to the professional relationship you establish between yourself and society as you become a member of the pharmacy community, who believes integrity, honesty, and commitment to service must be an essential part of your everyday life. How do you pledge? I Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Thank you very much. You may resume your seats.
Yes, thank you very much, Prof. Dean, for administering the pledge. And I want to believe that our students will take seriously what they have pledged today and will do well to perform all therein. As Ghanaians who are hospitable, we won't forget our visitors, and I would want us to acknowledge exchange students from the University of Eastern Finland who are here with us. Please give us a wave. All right. Thank you very much. Now we want to continue. We want to hear from the Provost of the College of Health Sciences. And so let's welcome Professor Christian Ejari, who will give us a short message.
Thank you, Dr. Adoti. Good afternoon. And congratulations to RS 2026. The Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor David Asamoah, the former Pro-Vice Chancellor, Reverend Professor Charles Sansa, the Dean, Professor Samuel Sari-Nkansa, Dean of the School of Public Health, Professor Peter J. Boafo, the Vice Dean, the former Minister for Health, in the person of Honorable Kwaku Agyeman-Manu, all protocols observed. For me as a provost, I'm part of the family, so it's just coming home. I just have few messages for, let me say, 3 or 4 groups. First, for the lecturers, both teaching and non-teaching. On behalf of the management of the college, we appreciate the effort that you've put in. This number, RS 2026, you are the largest so far in the faculty. And I quite remember when we admitted number, I've just assumed the position of the provost. And we needed to support the faculty. It wasn't only the faculty of pharmacy, but the other faculties and schools. And I'm happy that we've gotten to this far. And I was discussing with the dean, the support that we've had so far with the preceptors. You are going to receive also the largest number so far, and I believe you are prepared. What we've been doing over the years for you is not monetary, but you continue to support us. We are very grateful. And now to parents who are here, we appreciate your effort in terms of the financial support that you've been giving to our students, the advices here and there. What we want you to do in addition is that we use this occasion, as indicated by the dean, for the students to recognize their transition from the pre-clinical to the clinical levels, where they will be dealing with patients. As parents, we all, at a point in time, will be patients, and we expect so much from healthcare professionals. Start imbibing in them what you expect doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and the other health professionals, what do you expect them to do for you? When they come home, when you call them, are you doing the same? The pledge that you just read, I hope you are reflecting on the words. The integrity part, the professional aspect, compassion and empathy for your patients, very, very key. Now, the challenging aspect is our phone or our gadgets plus social media. we are unable to recognize whether we are in our rooms or we are in the wards or we are in the pharmacy. So please be conscious of that. If we are using the phones or the gadgets, please, as our keynote speaker said, we are seeking knowledge, we are getting data, and then we want to use them to apply and then move to the level of documenting. Our keynote speaker is key about it. He says we have to document what we do. And I hope preceptors, together with your management, we should be able to document what the interventions that we've been making. So, very, very key. The other thing that I will talk about is your soft skills. Please, wherever you find yourself, with your preceptors, the facilities that you'll be getting your training, be mindful that they will be observing. They will be observing your attitude. I quite remember a lady came to me after the pharmacy school, attended an interview for a position that she so cherished. On the panel, he saw a preceptor. I think there was an issue. Prof, can you speak to this person? I think when I was in Kofanochi, there was an issue. I said, at this stage, we can't do anything about it. It has to do about your soft skills. Some of you may finish, and then the preceptors will prefer to, hey, please go back to school. Others, they will, when you are done with your preceptorship, either the vacation or whatever, please come and help me in my community pharmacy because of your soft skills. As for the knowledge, everybody can get. So please, behave as a professional, and then what you exhibit will take you to places. That is very key. So be conscious of that. And you may never know where you are going to meet your preceptor, even your patients, where you are going to be mindful of that. And I believe with the next 2 years, you'll be here in this auditorium, and then we can confer the degrees on you. I wanted to appreciate you. When I came in, almost about 90% of you were seated. I said, let's applaud ourselves. But there was a minor thing that happened. A few of you decided to go against what you agreed with the faculty management. And as you may be aware, you may even inform your colleagues, those who are going to graduate. Academic board has taken a decision that the moment congregation starts, if you are outside, I'm talking about the students who are supposed to graduate, you will not be allowed to come in. This one, they allow you to come and stand there. Moving forward, that is the next congregation. Graduates who are not seated before the official time will not be allowed to even sit in because it doesn't augur well. We are training you. You are supposed to be seated by 9, by 10, and there are no few, large numbers standing outside. So please, these are the things that we have been talking about. Make sure you are going by rules. If you want to polish your face, please do it hours before. If you want to dress well, do it. And wake up early and do it. We want you to look nice, but not against the ceremony. So with this, we are so happy. The speech that you gave us, we are hoping that we will take it on board, and then the next few years, we will see the impact that our students are going to make. They are IT savvy, and with the data and then the information, they can easily get. I wish you well, and I believe that we will all be present in the next 2 years to confer the degrees on you, and then you go and make impact in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Provost, for the extemporaneous speech. As you saw, there was no book or file. All right, now we want to award a few people for exceptional performance. To do that will be my brother and mate, Professor Isaac Kingsley Amponsa, the Vice Dean. But before he comes, we want to recognize a very important faculty member who has served our faculty diligently for many years. He was unable to gown today. However, we want to recognize his invaluable contributions to the faculty. He's a very principled person, attends all programs, comes on time, and waits till the end. Right, so we are learning from him, the younger folk. All right, let us welcome Professor Merlin Kwao Mensah. Thank you very much. When I grow up, I want to be like him. All right, so let us have our Vice Dean to help with the presentation of awards.
Thank you very much, my classmate MC. Professor Chair, and this ninth white coat ceremony, as a faculty, we want to recognize the effort of some students who have distinguished themselves for the past 4 years in their academic work. There are 5 disciplines in pharmacy. We have pharmaceutics, pharmacology, pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacy practice, and pharmacognosy. And some students have excelled in all of these disciplines. So we've selected students who have topped all these disciplines from first year to fourth year. And we took the average in order to arrive at who, for example, is the best in pharmaceutics by computing marks obtained from first year to fourth year of all courses taken in pharmaceutics. All right. So, to help us present the awards, we will call on the respective heads of departments to do so on behalf of the faculty. And the provost will do us the honors, the pro-vice chancellor, will do us the honors of presenting the award to the overall best student. Okay, so I call on the head of department for the Department of Pharmacology, Professor Mrs. Cynthia Amenin Dankwa. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So, for the best student in pharmacology, George Odro Ousu. Thank you very much. I call on the head of department for pharmaceutics, Professor Noble Kunchobe, to help us with this award. All right. For the best student in pharmaceutics, Yaya Mubarak Mbemba. Kindly add this. Okay. The head of Department for Pharmacognosy, my HOD, Professor Gustav Komlaga. All right, so for the best student in pharmacognosy, George Odro Ousu. Thank you very much, Gustav. Now I call on the head of department pharmacy practice, Professor Anto, to help us with this presentation. The best student in pharmacy practice, Delali Akusika Doche. Let's do it for her as she comes. Thank you very much, Prof. Anto. I call on the head of department pharmaceutical chemistry to help us with this presentation. For the best student in pharmaceutical chemistry, George Odro Ousu. So that's the last one. Okay. Thank you, Prof. Ayensu. Well done, George. Now, the overall best. So, this award will be presented by the Pro Vice Chancellor, and he will be assisted by our guest speaker, Dr. Akon. Okay. So, for the overall best, if we computed the average marks for each of the courses taken, this person or student has the highest average marks. In other words, is the one with the highest CWA for the preclinical years of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, men, we have Yaya Mubarak in Bemba, the candidates with the highest CWA. Thank you very much, Provici. Thank you, Dr. Akon. And thank you all.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Vice Dean, for the awards presentation. It is very gratifying to note that even though pharmacy prides itself as a very organized, well-behaved, stiff group of people, the current crop are always ready to express themselves in very, very interesting ways. So at least we'll be in the news for some good stuff this week. All right. Okay, so I've just been informed that there will be a group photo for the students, for the dignitaries, lecturers, and those of us upstairs. All right. We are soon getting to the end of the program, and we want to hear from our chairperson, and so we will invite Pro Vice Chancellor Professor David Asamoah to deliver his closing remarks.
So, great ceremony by all standards. Congratulations to RS 2026 again. Okay, so as a way of concluding our ceremony today, we want to look at some highlights from our various speakers. What was the takeaway from our dean of the faculty? Number one, I took note that in the light of the digital innovations, the role of the pharmacist continued to expand. That's the point one. Point two, given the dynamic nature of the healthcare environment, a lot is expected from you, RS 2026. Point three, students must be attentive and reflective during the clinical stroke experiential training to improve on their skills and knowledge. Then highlight from our guest speaker, Dr. Mrs. Angela Akon. Point one, pharmacists must commit to continuous education. In the world of data, decision-making must be data-driven to ensure better patient outcomes. Then there must be proper documentation of activities to ensure accountability and improvement. Then finally, from our provost, Professor Ajari, we once again, and I share in this point, that we want to show our appreciation to our faculty for the yeoman's work that you've done. Let's give a hand. Thank you very much. We are also grateful to our parents. I mean, they've done also what they are supposed to do, without which we couldn't come that far. Then, of course, he also highlighted the point, and I think that was also expressed by our guest speaker, that use your phone wisely. You have to use it to enhance your work, then build your soft skills. And I share in that. Normally we say attitude is everything, attitude. And once again, if you don't know, go and use the word attitude, A-T-T-I-T-U-D-E. If you put these letters together, I give you 100%. And that is where we come in with those who are elite. I mean, you are talking about healthcare, and this is about patient-focused care. You can't be late. So please, check your attitude and make sure that you abide by the rules of the game. On that note, we want to say thank you very much for being part of the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pro VC, for the closing remarks. Now we want to thank ourselves for coming, and to help us thank everybody, we want to invite Mr. Gideon Ama Asante.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I can clearly say you all look stunning in your attire. It is with a much privilege that I stand on behalf of grateful hearts to deliver this vote of thanks on this August occasion. First and foremost, to the invisible man beyond the skies, who holds our feeble hands throughout this journey, we wholeheartedly express our gratitude. Management of this noble institution, the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, and all dignitaries present, thank you for gracing our occasion with your presence. To our charitable sponsors, nothing could have been this glamorous without your support, and for that, we appreciate your efforts. From the day it all began, the whispers of uncertainty to our dreams becoming a reality. Beneath the white coats you see today are many scars and tears. Looking back at the memories we've made, from the Lamla associations we formed, from the backbenchers to the men we trust, just to pass by 50.1. And just last 2 weeks, the unending pattern of randomized presentations. You'll be fine is a paradox you live by. It is a conundrum yet to be solved. But today, we are beautifully adorned not just outwardly, but inwardly fortified with knowledge to make significant strides, not just in the Ghanaian context, but the world as a whole. To our lecturers, who have been at the forefront and the backbone of our academic journey, and with commitment and dedication, groomed us into who we are today. Even the BNF cannot contain the pages of gratitude we wish to express. Thank you. To our dear parents and loved ones, our foundations who support us in all our aspirations, Yadamasi Bebre. Friends and relatives, we are grateful. There's a proverb in Latin, ita mi passum incipit uno gradu. Calm down. Which translates to, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Has never felt more profound and resounding. Prestigious class of the Doctor of Pharmacy Program 2026. This is just the first step of our journey to success. Always remember, you are the best forever. Thank you.
So, on that rather poetic note, we approach the end of today's event. Before we close, however, let me acknowledge once again our sponsors, Lord K Pharmacy, Juliponia Pharmacy, The Crush Smoothies and Juice Bar, Interpharma Limited, Big Maron Pharmacy Limited, Osone's Chemists, Top Up Pharmacy, Scarp Pharmacy, MEC Pharmacy, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Permit me to provide this announcement. There will be picture taking for invited guests and those on the podium, after which lecturers and preceptors will join. Please patiently wait for the photos to be taken, because afterwards, faculty will recess, and then everybody can meet everybody they want to meet. All right, so that's going to be the order of the photography. Before we take the pictures, we would invite once again Reverend Dr. Na to give us the closing prayer.
May I please beg your indulgence to please rise for prayers. Shall we pray? Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. O Lord, our God, our help in ages past, our hope for the years to come, our shelter in stormy winds. We are ever grateful to you for a successful, joyful, inspiring, and memorable 9th White Coat ceremony, in which these your sons and daughters, who have gone through many years of formation, are journeying towards the clinical levels of their training and formation. We thank you for your protection. We thank you for your guidance thus far. And we thank you for the new stage that you have opened for them in their life of training and formation. It is our prayer that you grant them all the favors, the blessings that they need in this last lap of their formation and training. We thank you also for our guest speaker, Dr. Mrs. Akon, on how best we can improve pharmaceutical outcomes to ensure quality health delivery. We thank you for using her to impact on humanity and for our dear nation, Ghana, and for the world at large. It is our prayer that you continue to use her to make meaningful impact in the life of people. We entrust these, our young ones, to you, that you be the Alpha and Omega of their journey of seeking academic excellence and integral formation. Be their strength in moments of difficulties and challenges, their consolations in times that are difficult. Grant them sound mind and bodies, fulfillment and joy in their formation and training. We also pray for their parents, their families, guidance and benefactors, friends and sponsors, and all who have had a hand in their formation and training thus far. Continue to provide for them. Grant them the resources that they need to continue to keep them in their formation and training. We commit the leadership, the management, staff, and students of this university, the College of Health Sciences, the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. It is our prayer that you continue to use us so that KNUST will continue to be the #1 destination of quality education globally. As we depart from here, we pray for journey mercies for all those who will be traveling. Lead us to our destination safely and sound. Bless us in all that we do. We make all these prayers to our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever.
Right, so invited guests, please come and join the dignitaries for the first round of pictures, after which please now, preceptors and members of Faculty of Pharmacy, Pharmaceutical Sciences, lecturers, and staff. Okay, students are reminded that they should come for their introductory letters at the experiential training office today, right after the ceremony. Yeah, you are not responding to me. I'm not the one giving the announcement. Thank you. Please resume your seats. So as the Pro-Vice Chancellor said, this was a very well-organized ceremony, and some people were responsible for that, and we want to acknowledge the members of the planning committee. We are acknowledging.
Yes, okay. Members of the planning committee, Dr. Dua Boachi, Dr. Adeline, the second one I can't pronounce, Mrs. Mary Controbre, Mr. Michael Ba, Professor Cynthia Amenin Dankwa, and then we have 2 reps from the class, Michael and Priscilla.
Thank you very much. The dignitaries will now recess, and preceptors are all invited to the Faculty of Pharmacy for a brief discussion. So dignitaries will leave, and then faculty will follow. Okay, so from the desk of Dr. Atakra, he wants me to extend his profound thanks to you for your support during his wife's funeral. Okay, so that will be all for today. Have a nice rest of the day. And don't forget to collect your introductory letters.